guys, welcome back to the channel of Tom's channel actually. This is a Sony a6400 and it's still worth it?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's still worth it. Really good.
There we're talking about Sony a6400, and as Luana said, is it still worth it? The first question Tong is gonna ask.
How is the image quality? That's what people want to know.
Right, well, it has a 24 megapixel sensor, so I would say it's pretty good image quality when it comes to this day and age, especially social media and all that stuff. I don't think you need greater megapixels and all that. Of course, you can get that. But even if you're printing, I think you'll be totally fine. This goes with all the lineup of Sony a6000s, and it's pretty good when it comes to image quality. Pair it with a really nice glass and you're gonna have really good photos. It's not just the sensor, it's not just the camera. And when it comes to the autofocus, I think it's also what people are often worried about. This camera actually has 425, I believe, focus points. So from the time that this camera was released, it's pretty good. You're gonna get pretty accurate autofocus. It also focuses on the eye, so you have eye autofocus and I believe also animal autofocus and live tracking and all that stuff. So it's pretty advanced now, let me tell you that.
It's pretty advanced. Would you say it's still accurate in today's age?
Yes, we can actually try some autofocus tests with Luana right now. I'm gonna hook it up with the Axon CMO 4K really quickly, and you're gonna see in this example that I'm actually showing you right now that it actually works pretty good. And I'm pairing it with just a regular Sony 35mm lens, which is nothing special, but as you can see, it performs, as you can see.
So, Toms, what about the build quality? How's it holding up now? That camera is a few years old. How does it hold up?
Right, the a6300 was the predecessor, right? And everyone was hailing it for really good build quality. It's aluminum alloy chassis or whatever you call it. So it's pretty sturdy. It's also weather sealed or weatherproof. I don't recommend taking it in a heavy rain, but you still can work with it pretty well with elements. And you know, I've had this for a couple of years. I have wrapped it in a little bit of wrap, and I'm sure if I remove it, it's gonna look like new. So these cameras last forever, and also, you know, they have a long-lasting shutter because they are a little bit higher class than something like a6000 or 6100. So you should be really good. Also, by the way, it has a bunch of stuff like Bluetooth, Wi-Fi and all that, so you can connect it to your phone, remote shooting and all that good stuff.
Perfect. So Toms, what about video specs? How is it in today's age?
So, good news is that it actually shoots 4K. That 4K is pretty good actually because it's downsampled from 6K, so you get pretty good quality.
That's impressive. So it looks very nice and sharp and crispy. What about log? Can it shoot log?
Yes, you can, but there's a catch. This is an 8-bit camera. It does have an S-Log profile, but I personally do not recommend it because 8-bit cameras and S-Log, in my opinion, doesn't work. However, good news, and this is always I've been telling you guys, it has an HLG, which is hybrid log gamma, and it actually works so much better with an 8-bit colors. So whenever you have these cameras, just shoot HLG and you'll have a really nice footage.
What about frame rates? What are we getting out of this camera?
Well, yeah, so in 4K you're getting up to 30 frames per second, so 24, 25, 30 frames per second. It does shoot also some slow motion, but unfortunately you have to scale it down to full HD, so you get 60 frames per second and also 120 frames per second. Unfortunately, so if we talk about some downsides, it doesn't have 4K 60 like, for example, for A7 IV and so on.
So Toms, is it still worth it in today's age?
You know what? This is a super popular camera. So, I mean, if you're buying new, I particularly don't think maybe it's the worth of investment, but I think used ones you can find pretty good deals. And you know, it's an APS-C camera, so you have also a lot of lenses to use with. So I think you have a chance of getting a really good deal. And as I told you, they'll last forever. So I'm pretty sure you're gonna find good deal. yeah, there are some downsides, you know. For example, it doesn't have in-body image stabilization, you know, it's not the newest menu system. And one thing that really bothers me, it doesn't have a flip-out screen, but it has flip-up screen. So these are sort of the things that you have to live with.
So what about the alternatives? What are some alternative cameras out there?
Right, so, well, it all depends on the budget, right? With the less budget and less build quality and all that stuff, you could try maybe ZV-E10, I would say. That's one of my guesses. You can buy a new one, and I'm pretty sure it might be even the same price or cheaper than this one. Or if you have the budget to spend, I always recommend SONY a6400, because I think that is one of the most amazing APS-C cameras that has come out. And you know, I'm gonna do some comparison with A7C from Tongue, so you can see that you know, perhaps don't even need the full frame. I actually made a video about that. So yeah, it depends on your budget. Stick with APS-C, that's my verdict. Find this one used, and I think you're gonna be really good, and just have fun.
Keep on creating.
Yes.